Namaste. Welcome back to our continuing series, Chanting of the Ishopanishad. In the previous three shlokas, rishis speak about the importance of pursuing both Vidya and Avidya, knowledge and ignorance. In the next three shlokas, they speak about the importance of both birth and non-birth and their correlation and why it is important to pursue both of them equally in this world. So, in this episode, let's chant three shlokas and then I'm going to summarize the meaning of all the three together. Andahatama pravishanti ye asambhutimupasate tato bhuya ivate tamo ya usambutyamrataha. Andhatama pravishanti ye asambhutimupasate tato bhuya ivate tamo ya usambuddhyamrataha. Anyadevahu sambhavat anyadahurasambhavat iti shushrumadhiranam yenastadvichachakshire. Anyadevahur sambhavat anyadahurasambhavat iti shushrumadhiranam yenastadvichachakshire. Sambhutim cha vinasham cha yastadvedo bhayam saha vinashena mrityum tirtva sambhutyamrutamashnute. Sambhutim cha vinasham cha yastadvedo bhayam saha vinashena mrityum tirtva sambhutyamrutamashnute. So in the first shloka, rishis are saying that if you follow non-birth, that is if you follow divine alone, if you follow Akshara Purusha alone, then you will go into darkness. But if you follow birth alone, the worldly life exclusively, you will go into greater darkness. When they say that you follow non-birth alone, they say you go into darkness because when you're embracing the divine alone by excluding life, by excluding this birth, you dissolve into a void, into a nihil. And on the other hand, if you follow birth alone and not try and understand what is non-birth, what is divine, then you're limiting yourself. You're not understanding what the true expression of yourself is. So by pursuing both, the trajectory of life is different, but it is limited. And here we need to understand that both birth and non-birth, both are creations of one Brahman. So we shouldn't pursue one and exclude another. But again, we can also look at it in such a way that if we spend more time pursuing just the divine and not excluding life, but just a little more time spent pursuing non-birth, then we will dissolve into silent Brahman. We will understand what is the true nature of ourself. And on the other hand, if we spend more time trying to understand what the world is and trying to fulfill our life, trying to fulfill the manifestation of the divine, then we can progress on the earth, we can enlarge ourselves, and we can have a beautiful flowering and blooming of our personality. So they're saying that pursuing both are important. Let's take an example of the ocean. And imagine that the bottom of the ocean where there's no movement, there's complete immobility and stability. That is the Akshara Purusha, the non-birth. And if we experience that, if we understand that, if we stabilize that state of consciousness, then imagine the waves to be birth. the waves to be the manifestation, the becoming of the divine, then we can experience waves with a greater freedom. We are not bound by it anymore. We can experience immortality, and we are not bound by the cycle of birth and death. There's just greater freedom even in the becoming when you understand what it is to be in the being.